So now we have the man ate the fruit. So this is one process by which a sentence is generated by the rules which are described here. So now S stands for the starting symbol. So now in the same sense, we can also derive the words like sentences like the fruit ate the man. But here, what is the difference? So the man ate the fruit ate the man. Both the sentences are generated by this grammar. Then we know that the fruit cannot, the fruit ate the man is meaningless. So we require some semantic informations to rule out the meaningless strings, meaningless sentences that are syntactically incorrect. So now, in that sense, CFGs could not capture the description of the natural languages like English. So the main intention was Chomsky was to capture this mathematically, but he was not able to do so. So, so keeping the discussion, keeping the discussions how to capture the natural languages mathematically. Apart from this, we'll focus on the discussion on the context-free grammar now. So this is the way all the grammars work. So there will be certain. See here, the words. There is no replacement. See, yet. Yet is the particular verb. There is a rule here. Verb produces yet, and there is no replacement of yet. So these yates are called terminals. Yet, the, man, fruit. They are called the terminals. After that, this is the stage where we can't replace those particular word with some other thing. Whereas S, NP1, VP, they are all called non-terminals or variables. So now with this discussion, we'll be coming to understand, we'll be having a clear-cut understanding of how the grammars generate sentences or how grammar generate words. So now, so in this, as we just now discussed, the grammar has syntactic categories such as verb phrase, which are rewritten further. And it has words occurring at the leaves, the last stage where it won't be replaced further. So they are called terminals. And the variables like verb phrase, they are called non-terminals. And usually the derivation always starts with the start symbol denoted by the letter S. So now formally we define a grammar, phrase structured grammar. So a phrase structured grammar or a type 0 grammar, that is the biggest type of grammar available in the Chomsky classification, is a 4-tuple. So 4 components are required to define this NTPS, where N is a finite set of non-terminal symbols made up of the non-terminal alphabet, and T is a finite set of terminal symbols called the terminal alphabet. S, an element of N, is the start symbol, and P is a set of productions, also called the rules or production rules, whatever it is. And the way we write here is, on left hand side we write U, U goes to V. It is pronounced as U goes to V, or U produces V, where U is an element of N union T whole star, N union T whole star. This tells you that U can be a combination of N and T. N union T, the first part of your N union T whole star tells very clearly that. So it's a combination of N and T. And have another one more N and N union T whole star. So here the N in the middle of this, that is, we have N union T whole star in the first phase, and then the last phase there is a N here. This is made to ensure that at least one non-terminal should be on the left hand side of the rule. That is the main purpose. So coming to the right hand side, right hand side can be a combination of N union T whole star. exclusively it can be n, it can be t, or a combination of it. So now you will be able to understand the purpose why we sandwich this n between two n union t whole star, because n union t whole star can give out pure exclusive in n's, capital N's, that is exclusive, it's a sequence of non-terminals or a sequence of terminals, those things and all. Usually on the left hand side, there should be at least one non-terminals which will be replaced by the B there, by the V which happens on the right hand side. So for example, about the derivation, this whole process which we saw in the case of man ate the fruit, so every step by, the process of generating a sentence using the given rules is called a derivation. For example, see here about the derivation, if alpha union beta is a string in n union t whole star, so rather alpha u beta is a string in n union t whole star, and u goes to v is a rule in p. The set of all rules, they are put up in this component called p. As told earlier, G will have four components: n, t, p, s. So in u in alpha union beta will be replaced using the rule u goes to v, so that u in that alpha union beta will be replaced using this rule, and we get alpha v beta. So this is denoted as alpha union, or rather alpha u beta derives alpha v beta, and this implies symbol is is orally read as directly derives. Directly derived means if by the application of one rule we are able to get alpha v beta from alpha u beta, we call that as directly derives. If by application of more than one rules, many finite number of times, we read that as just derives. So now if alpha 1 derives alpha 2 derives alpha 3, and so on, alpha n minus 1 derives alpha n, the derivation is denoted like this, using, that is, we use the symbol epsilon, implies, and put a star here. Star, as usual, the star represents more number, alpha 1 derives alpha n by the repeated application of the rules of the grammar more number of times. And as a as a side discussion, we can call this, this as a relation which is reflexive transitive closure of the relation directly derives. So now, having given this discussion on the grammar, G is equal to NTPS, then what's the purpose? How do you get the language generated by a grammar? So it's the set of terminal strings derivable in the grammar from the start symbol. So it is usually represented like this: L of G is equal to set of all W such that W is in T star. Here T star refers the clean closure of T. That is, W is made up of with the symbols exclusively from T alone, and that W should be derivable from S. That is, S derives W. The star over the symbol tells you that you start from the start symbol S, and repeated application of the rules of the P, rather repeated application of the productions of P, we get W. So set of all W which are derivable from S, they are called words generated by the grammar. This is represented by L of G. So now this phrase structured grammar is classified into four types of grammar: length increasing grammar, context sensitive grammar, context free grammar, and regular grammar, based on certain constraints, certain conditions. For example, if all the productions, rather if all the rules of the production P, one sample production will be in this form: U goes to V. So if all the productions in capital, so, as told already, a grammar will have four components: N, T, P, S. So now N is the set of finite set of non-terminals, and T is the finite set of terminals, P is the set of finite set of production, S is the starting symbol with which we will derive the words. So now, if in a grammar all the rules of P are in this form, that is U goes to V, where the length of U is always shorter or equal to the length of V. That is, what do you mean by length of U? The number of symbols which are present on the right hand, in the left hand side, that is length of U. The number of symbols which are present on the right hand side is called, we will give you the length of V. For example, if I say that alpha beta derives beta, and alpha beta derives gamma. So alpha beta, it is, the right hand side of this production is made up of two symbols. So I'll call the length of the content, and the left hand side is 2. Alpha beta goes to gamma. So right hand side we have only gamma. So only one symbol is there. So the length of the left hand side is 2 and the length of the right hand side is 1. So now coming back to our discussion on the length increasing grammar, if in all the productions, if the length of the left hand side element is always less than or equal to the length of the right hand side element of the production, then we call that grammar as length increasing grammar. Now coming back to the context sensitive grammar, the same way, if you take a production U goes to V in P, and U is made up of three symbols, U1, A, U2, and V is made up of U1, X, U2, where U1, U2 are in N union T whole star, that is U1, U2, or can be any combination of the symbols from N and T. When you make N union T whole star, even U1, U2, U1, U2 can be exclusively a sequence of non-terminals, or exclusively a sequence of terminals also. And A is an element, we have A, a non-terminal, and X, an element of N union T whole plus. So now here, in what sense we call this context sensitive? Here, see the thing, we have U1A, U2 on the left hand side, and the right hand side we have U1X, U2. And only what is the condition here is, there should be at least one non-terminal on the left hand side, that is being ensured by the presence of A on the left. Okay, now here in the right hand side we have U1 X U2. So this what the U1 which appears on the left appears on the right also. U2 which appears on the left appears on the right also. Only thing is, there is a replacement of, instead of A we have X